What's up, everybody? This is Ross Clock 222 representing the MOBC. I just got finished watching Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. And first of all, let me say I'm really shout out to Andy Ruiz for giving Anthony Joshua their rematch immediately. Most champions don't do that. Most champions don't give immediate rematches after they win. Some champions, newly crowned champions, turn into divas, and they turn into divas and they act like they don't want to fight the guy that they just want beat, and it goes bad from there. So shout out to Andy Ruiz for giving him the rematch. Shout out to Anthony Joshua for staying humble after the loss in the first fight. He got a lot of flack for being humble, but shout out to Anthony Joshua for staying true to himself after the fight and staying motivated and hungry, not thinking about Wilder, not thinking about Fury or a possible rematch with Dillian White or a fight with Ortiz. Shout out to Andy Ruiz for having one goal only, and that was to defeat Andy Ruiz. And he did it in a spectacular way. Anthony Joshua schooled Ruiz, um, schooled Ruiz, fought smart, moved well, box. Coming into this fight, I picked Andy Ruiz to win the rematch based on styles because Anthony Joshua is known to have a hard time fighting shorter fighters. And that's the reason why I had picked Andy Ruiz to win. I also didn't agree with the weight loss. I didn't agree with the weight loss. What's up, Red Glove? Man, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna do a quick one. Yeah, if you feel like staying on, man, feel free to stay on. I'm gonna do a quick one. I didn't agree with Anthony Joshua losing the weight. This is the era of big heavyweights, and you cannot afford to be light. And um, Anthony Joshua, I didn't agree with it, and I was like, it's just a style clash. I felt like Ruiz is gonna win. Listen, Ruiz is a good fighter. I don't care about what anybody say about his weight. You know what I'm saying, Red Glove? I don't care about what people talk about how Andy Ruiz look in his weight, and he's fat and he's sloppy and all this. Look, the guy could box. The guy is a good fighter, and I was skeptical about the immediate rematch. I didn't like the fight going to Saudi Arabia. I thought that they should have fought somewhere else, but that's neither here or there. And so going into this fight, I was like, you know what? I just don't see Anthony Joshua beating him. And the man was focused, didn't shave his facial hairs, didn't cut his hair. He it was obvious. It was pretty obvious that Anthony Joshua was going to go in here and box. That was the game plan. That was the reason why he was losing the weight. And I don't know why. Um, um, I don't know why Andy Ruiz gained so much weight. And I guess he thought that this was going to be a fight where he's going to dictate the pace and bully and out muscle Anthony Joshua. Yeah, I agree. He could he could he could get outboxed, and I agree. He's a good fighter, but yeah, he could get outboxed, and I it was a way different game plan. Definitely, way different fight. I don't know what was on the mind of Andy Ruiz, but Anthony Joshua sticking that jab in his face, sticking that jab in him, moving, sticking that jab in him. I think Anthony Joshua got hurt a couple of times in this fight, but he overcame it. Andy Ruiz landed a good shot in the very first fight to the temple. Anthony Joshua never recovered. I personally still don't think that Ruiz is that big of a puncher, but he's accurate. He throws the punch as well. I also personally don't think that Anthony Joshua could take a punch that well. But if you have the right game plan and you could nullify and take away the other man's strengths and expose his weaknesses, you don't have to worry about getting clipped to the jaw. And I'm already seeing comments, and I'm sure those videos are gonna come out where this was a boring fight. Anthony Joshua fought like Klitschko, he ran like Mayweather. And most of the time, these are going to come from the same guys who like Klitschko, who like Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that I don't like. Boxing is hit, not get hit. We all call Floyd Mayweather boring, but us real boxing fans, me, myself, Red Glove Militant, Cotto, boxing librarian, we all could say that there's certain fights that we wish we would have saw Floyd have. But at the end of the day, we will never doubt his skills. We would never doubt his skills. And for someone like Floyd to be a great boxer, how come the other boxers can't be a good boxer? Anthony Joshua he had the right game plan. He had the right game plan. We're talking about somebody who is faster than Anthony Joshua, throws great combinations, and is physically strong. I think Andy Ruiz is physically strong. So why would you want to fight a fight like that when you're up close to this guy is going to throw hard shots and is going to throw multiple combinations. It's going to throw multiple combinations fast, real fast too, body shot up top. So if I'm Anthony Joshua, I'm not gonna give him that. I'm going to keep on moving, and he gets close, I'm going to clinch. He gets close, I'm going to clinch. I'm going to keep on moving. If I know that me fighting shorter guys is a problem, I'm going to do something where the shorter guy won't be a problem. So I'm going to move around. I'm going to stick and jab. When he cut Ruiz's eye, I believe in the first round, and I think he cut Anthony Joshua's eye too. I think in the second or the third round, I can't remember. But that was a good shot, and I think I was like, whoa, you look like Ruiz knew this is a whole different Anthony Joshua tonight. This is a whole different Anthony Joshua tonight, and that's what I saw. I also like the fact that Anthony Joshua was able to stick to the game plan. He stuck to the game plan from the first to the 12th round. A lot of the times fighters stick to a good game plan and they lose it after the first 4 or 5 rounds. Ruiz, he couldn't adjust to what Anthony Joshua was doing. And Ruiz, he didn't cut the ring too well. And I think just with the extra weight gain, and also the fight being made in Saudi Arabia, different climate, all of it was a disadvantage to Ruiz. And I just feel like with someone like Ruiz, as talented as he is, and with the fast hands, lose a little bit of the weight. These heavyweights today, they're not that good. They're not that great. The talent isn't there. You don't have to be so big and gigantic. You just have to know what you're doing, And then I think someone like Ruiz with his skills, he could beat a lot of these guys. Just lose the weight. You know what I'm saying? Lose the weight. You don't have to be big. This is why Red Glove, this is why Usyk wants to move up to heavyweight. He doesn't care about how big these heavyweights are. In his mind, they're big, but they don't have the skills. You know what I'm saying? Look at Wilder. He weighed 215 pounds versus Fury. You didn't need the weight. That this whole myth that these heavyweights are big and gigantic and you got to be big too. It's a lie. Usyk is going to do great at heavyweight because of his skills. And I think the way Anthony Joshua fought tonight, I think he should continue to fight this way. Be the boxer puncher. You don't have to necessarily be the aggressor. Be the boxer puncher. George Foreman was a wild maniac in the 70s and didn't know how to do anything in terms of boxing skills except for throw power punches. The older version of George Foreman was moving better, using his jab to set up punches, deflecting shots better, parrying jabs, using the old school mongoose defense. He did everything better in a boxing and technical standpoint. If you had took the skills that Foreman had in his comeback and put him in the 70s, Foreman would have been undefeated. And that's what I'm saying. What's up, Kato? Salute to you too, brother. And hashtag come back to boxing. Red Glove Militant. Shout out to Red Glove Militant in the UGC. And that's what I want to see with Anthony Joshua. The way he fought tonight, stick to fighting like that. And do a lot of sparring like that. Because you're going to need that if you're going to have a potential fight with someone like Wilder, who Wilder is not going to throw any punches. Wilder isn't going to try to outbox and outwork you. Wilder's plan is to land one shot. And when you fight a guy like Wilder, who is landing and shoot one shot, come up with a game plan where you could try to deflect that one shot and coast to a 12-round victory. So you don't have to try to knock out Wilder. And I think, Anthony Joshua, like I said, fighting Ruiz, when Anthony Joshua fights someone else that's taller, you're going to see a whole different Anthony Joshua because he is fighting somebody shorter, and like I said, we all know Anthony Joshua's weaknesses is a short guy, whereas Anthony Joshua fighting someone taller might be easier for him, right? Might be easier. So we don't know. I think that Anthony Joshua should stay the path of being the weight that he fought in tonight. I liked his look better. The aesthetics is still there because the man got great Nigerian genetics. So I don't think he should go back to being this big, muscular heavyweight because, like I said, you don't have to be that. You could look at the roster of heavyweights. Miller, got Ortiz, like what's those? Joe Joyce. All these guys, they're just big. They don't have anything else. And that's why I say, you could put a cruiserweight version of Holyfield, and he would do great with these heavyweights. Yes, big dummies. He would do great with these heavyweights. Riddick Bowe, leaned out 220 Riddick Bowe would do great against these heavyweights. Why? Because they don't have the skills. They don't have the skills. Mercer, I got a clap on that one. Bone Crusher, another one. These guys are skilled boxers. Michael Spinks. What's Kato? What's the name of the guy who beat Larry Holmes? Yes, you took it. Tim Witherspoon, who I thought beat Larry Holmes. Tim Witherspoon, he would have outboxed Ruiz. I mean, it would have been. I'm talking about the Ruiz tonight. He would have outboxed him. I mean, it's just a size difference. Like I said, Usyk is going to do great at heavyweight as long as he doesn't let these big old heavyweights, outmuscle him, outwork him. Tony, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tony Tucker, Tim Witherspoon, Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, Riddick Bowe, even Chris Bird. You put Chris Bird in there in his prime. he would make some of these guys look like dummies. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see with Anthony Joshua. I want Anthony Joshua to stay this way because I don't like the bulk. I don't like the yep, Michael Moore is another one. You know, it's so many heavyweights that you can name in the 90s. You can't name that many now, you know. And like I said, you know, um, oh yeah, Buster Douglas would have been a great fight, especially if we're talking about Buster Douglas who fought Mike Tyson. Like I said, the Buster Douglas who fought Mike Tyson could compete with any heavyweight in any era. That version, that Buster Douglas that night. You know, there's some fights where the fighter was great that night. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can say like, damn, that fighter like he looked unstoppable that night. You know what I'm saying? You know, Lennox Lewis versus Rockman Part Two. That Lennox Lewis hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? Vitaly Klitschko versus who did Vitaly Klitschko out? I can't remember, man. But Butterbean, man, Andy Ruiz would put Butterbean on his ass. He just said Butterbean, man. I don't know. I'm just glad. I'm happy that Anthony Joshua won because a lot of Wilder fans gave Anthony Joshua nah, man, Ortiz would have beat Douglas. I don't believe that. Ortiz would have beat Douglas, man. Ortiz's best fight win is against a vegan, Brian Jennings, man. That's he nothing. Or Ortiz is nothing. Um, what was I saying? If you put, I want to see, Anthony Joshua stay the way he is, and take it from there. Um, after should do now. The question is, does this fight deserve a trilogy? Does this fight merit a trilogy? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My phone is about to die. But does this fight deserve a trilogy? Um, I feel like, and I'm gonna say no because if it was a, it's a yeah and no because they both won and won on each other. So yeah, but no because Ruiz, it just he didn't win. He only won like 2 rounds. It didn't even look competitive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree too. I think Red. Yeah, you're right. I think we should seeing a trilogy would be great because yeah, you know what? Let's get the trilogy. Let's see if Anthony Joshua could beat him for the third time. That I agree with that. Anyway, y'all, my phone about to die. My daughter kills my phone when she's playing Roblox. She won't play with it on her tablet, but she'll play it on my phone for whatever reason. But salute to Red, salute to the UGC, salute to you, Kato, the Boxing Jedi. Hashtag come back to boxing. And like I said, man, I'm gonna start back doing more live videos. Salute to you guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for tuning in. I'm always appreciative to you guys. I'm always a supporter to you guys. Red Glove, Boxing Librarian, Kato. You could never worry about me falling out with you guys. You guys are my bros. Salute.